Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be talking about Beeism and Taymaster. Now, of course, the reason I'm even making this video instead of the first place is because Taymaster pretty much said it's time for the community to come together to stop allowing others in our community to behave this way and get away with it. So, of course, I don't want anybody to get away with anything, and I want to make sure all this stuff is in the public, so when this stuff does come out, and since it has kind of come out a lot, we can all figure out who's correct and who's not correct. Or personally, I'm just going to be taking a neutral stand. I do have some opinions, but I am going to be taking a neutral stand just because some of this stuff is lacking heavy information and we can't really tell if it's true or not. A lot of this other stuff is really bad and has to do with Beeism and Taymaster. Of course, I'm going to be getting into both their sides because they have both responded. Now, Beeism hasn't responded to every single claim there is, but she has to quite a bit of claims, so I'm just going to be saying both their sides. I'm going to start with Taymaster because he has the longest side and the most complicated. Of course, I also want to go ahead and explain the entire Twitlonger considering how it was pretty hard to understand and I could see how people would be completely confused from it. So yeah, without further ado, if you guys enjoy videos like these and want to see more of them, of me explaining drama and giving my takes on them, then make sure you guys go ahead and like the video and subscribe. I know this is of course a sensitive topic, but I really wanted to make the video because Taymaster said we shouldn't let people get away with this. And a lot of people don't understand this Twitlonger, so I want to make sure everybody fully understands it before they think something's true and it turns out it's just not and he didn't mean it that way. Now, if you have any opinions on this and if you have any information on this or screenshot, make sure you guys go ahead and DM me on Twitter and comment down below because I really like seeing you guys' comments and making sure I got everything in my video correct. If I did get something wrong, I'll make sure to pin your comment so everybody can see it and know that it's right. Now, I am going to be talking kind of fast because I do want this video to be short as I want to make sure to get this out to everybody and some people have low attention spans. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start with his Twitlonger. So, Taymaster tweeted out, "This needs to stop at Roblox dev, at Extremely Mondor, at Beeism, and at Dog." Now, all these people have something to do with the story, and I'll be getting into it later. But for right now, just know to remember these names because they all have something to do with the story. And this is going to get extremely confusing, but make sure you guys just go ahead and bear with me, and you may have to rewatch it if you don't understand it. The first person Taymaster talks about instead of his Twitlonger is named Monica. Now, their Twitter handle is Extremely Mondor, but their real name is Monica, so I'm just going to be referring to them as Monica. But what did they do? So basically what Monica did is file a false police statement and called the police on Taymaster. Now, what she said when she called the police is she hasn't spoken to, and none of their friends or family has spoken to Taymaster, obviously trying to make the police think that he is missing or something bad happened to him, when obviously it's not true, and he's been working on his game. As you can tell, Mad City has been getting updates, and he's obviously been active, and something bad hasn't happened to him. But yeah, she did that so a police officer would knock on their door, and obviously if somebody gets a police officer that knocks on the door and asks if they're missing, they're going to probably publicize that on Twitter so she could confirm that that was actually his real address, because before she didn't know 100%, it could have been a wrong address or a next door neighbor or something, but now she 100% knows that that is Taymaster's address, which is why she did it. Now, some people are saying she could have done this in good faith and could have actually been concerned, but the thing is, she has never messaged Taymaster saying, "Are you okay?" or asking how his day was, and she wasn't Taymaster's friend at all. So why would she actually be calling if she was actually concerned? She wouldn't be, because she's not Taymaster's friend, and she was just trying to confirm the address. Of course, I'm neutral standpoint, as I said before. All this is from Taymaster's perspective, and just act like I'm Taymaster saying this, but instead of a way more easy to understand way. So she did this on July 4th, which is obviously a day that they would all be home, considering how it's a holiday, and most likely none of them would be working. Making sure to do it on a day where everybody would be home, so their entire family could be in danger if she swatted them. Not only did Monica do that, but she also threatened to have Tay's friend beat up, which is actually her ex-boyfriend, and of course that's pretty scummy behavior, but moving on. Now this is where it really gets confusing, so make sure you pay attention to names. So Beeism and @Dog, which of course I said before, both have Tay's address, and of course Dog is also known as David, and both of these people got it from RBX Star Wars, which is Tyler, and they were planning to use it maliciously as shown in this Discord call.
And the other reason I don't want to be known is she has my address.
What's she gonna do, swat you?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's so unpredictable.
I could TP their house.
He lives in the same city. I have their address, but you didn't hear anything. I legit have their address.
As you can see their names down there, and this is all of them. Now in this voice call, they revealed that they know Tay's address and are planning to use it maliciously. Now, this was recorded and uploaded by this guy named Ted, otherwise known as Real Ted Davis, and he is not at fault here, and he shouldn't be blamed, of course. He was just recording it to make sure it's evidence for Tay, and yeah, he's not at fault. He was being used by Dog in Star Wars, so yeah, do not send this guy hate, and do not send anybody hate in this video. But, how did Tyler in the first place even get Tay's address? Well, basically, Tyler used to work for Crown Academy, which is probably how he got it, and then he got kicked for breaching contract of some kind. Tay doesn't really go into it, but he got kicked for breaching contract, and now he hates Taymaster and has some sort of vendetta against him because he was kicked. But how did Beeism get his address, and how is Beeism related to any of these people? Well, I'm going to quote this straight from the Twitlonger that Tay made. How is Beeism? The reason Beeism is relevant in today's events is Monica and Beeism are friends, and only became friends after Monica started to have ill will against us. Monica is the ex-girlfriend of Devin, Endless Fun RBLX, who also works for Crown Academy. After Devin broke up with her, she immediately starts having connection with Beeism. Prior to this, she was never associated with Roblox. She started working with Beeism, who works with Ice, who has our physical address from Tyler. So as you can see from this is how Monica even got his address in the first place, from Beeism. So Beeism is kind of like the direct cause of her getting the address in the first place in order to confirm it and to send the police to his house. So Beeism is kind of at fault here for even giving her the address in the first place. Hope that wasn't too confusing for you, but yeah, that was basically Tay's entire thing summarized. Now I did leave off some stuff because that stuff has absolutely no proof to it, and I really don't want to just spew out the stuff that really nobody knows. Of course, there is some information. I couldn't even find it. Apparently, Beeism put some information out. Scrimzog said he was going to give it to me, but he hasn't given it to me, and I really have no idea where this stuff is. And to me, there's absolutely no proof, and I've seen no proof, so I'm just going to have to assume that we don't know yet. For instance, with the Taymaster being 15 and Pixelatedcandy being 30 when they apparently met, either that or Taymaster was 19 and Pixelatedcandy was 30. So as you can see, we really don't know. There's no proof of either one. Unless we start getting some hard evidence, we can't really say who's lying and if Pixelated is actually some sort of predator, as Beeism consistently says, or at least insinuates. And of course, there is some other stuff. Maybe I should mention it. Apparently, Beeism reached out to 3 people who are extremely known in the community to try to affect Pixelatedcandy's work. Of course, he did show these screenshots, but I don't think this is really that notable considering all the other information that we just saw. Of course, I'm not the one that gets to decide if it's notable or not, so go and check out the Twitlonger. It'll be inside the pinned comments below. Beeism also accused Pixelatedcandy of just stealing Loyal High's code and of course trying to rewrite it into Crown Academy. Of course, Crown Academy has been worked on for like 7 months, and apparently the code was like painfully and difficult to use and very poorly structured, so I don't know. There is some proof, but to me, it's kind of inclusive. You can check out the proof. It's definitely on Twitter if you just look for it. It's kind of hard to see though, so even if I did try to read it, I probably couldn't even read it. Moving on to Beeism's side, she put out a couple of tweets and she disproved a couple of stuff. Now, she showed absolutely no evidence of this, so we can't really say she disproved it. It's more like she just responded to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and read these tweets. Now, instead of the thing, he also accuses her of having 3 people run her account. Personally, I don't even care about that. I feel like that's not even necessary, but she did actually disprove that, and she said, as far as my account being 3 people is wild. I have 2 sisters who help me a lot. I'll tweet my sister's UGC concept soon, but this is not a shared account. That's what they're twisting this into because I need something to deflect their situations and their wrongs. Don't fall for it. Beeism also said, and to be epically clear on another level, I would never leak anyone's IRL info. It's happened to me and I'm sure half of you can remember it. Someone stole my personal information from the docs I had to sign for events and showed an entire chat, found my Instagram, home address, work address, phone number. And then she has in another tweet, I want to remind everyone I didn't have anything to do with this. Quote tweeting another tweet discussing about the code and everything. So as you can see, she goes ahead and denies that she leaked any of his information. Now, of course, I'm not sure if this is true or not. Of course, there's no evidence that she's shown at all about this, so we can't be sure at all. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm neutral, like I said before, but all I gotta say is she doesn't have any evidence, and Taymaster obviously has some type of evidence at least, because he obviously showed that it leads, if you follow all the tiny little clues, it leads to her having leaked it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick short video and really just discuss this entire situation, because I really want to know what you guys think about it, and if there's any more information on it, because I really want to know what's the truth behind this, of course, and I want to know who's wrong so we can of course put them to justice. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and my opinion of this entire situation is I'm mostly completely neutral. Tay has more information, I like information, but I'm still neutral. Don't hate on either side, and like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow me on Twitter to get these things instantly. Join my Discord down below. Like the video for the people who are just gonna immediately dislike it if you watch this far. I'm surprised. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.